What? Derangement syndrome. He's a dump truck driver. He's a McDonald's fryer.
They're reporting that up to 20 Republicans in the House are expected to announce retirements in the coming weeks, and most of the retirements are expected to come from safe Republican seats. So in the next week or so, we've seen a bunch of shit Republicans, or even potentially good ones, retiring. I mean, it's one of those things with this whole thing's pathetic, and those two got some people like what they're now claiming is, oh, President Trump, he is stopping us from passing our own legislation and shit like that. It's like, what are you talking about? I'm not even joking. There's some Republicans claiming that. Like, MTG's going around saying, oh, President Trump...
When's the last time MTG submitted any legislation? Yeah. Like, the actual question. I mean, she submitted that fucking immigrant thing, but it never got past committee, and it was literally there just to spite Trump, and it seemed like she got blanketed by her getting praised from fucking Crockett and Jeffrey.
It was a shittier bill. It was a shittier version of Chip Roy's bill. That's all it was. A shittier version of it just to spite Trump. And the Chip Roy one, I mean, that one, we'll see what happens with that. That one has a chance of getting somewhere, but we'll see. We shall see.
Yeah, now MTG's posting the APAC tracker
stuff. Since we're talking about MTG, another MTG moment. Listen, I don't get why people...
Woman moment.
This whole thing with MTG, it's a psyop. It's bullshit. Like, look at this right here. For those that don't know, she is citing the APAC tracker, which I want to be clear about one thing, okay? The
APAC tracker is literally run by a Palestinian communist. I'm not even joking. It's like the account itself has said it. He's a pro-Palestinian Muslim communist from the Middle East.
Now, I want to clear about this one thing. I do think the idea of some kind of tracker for this type of thing is good, because let's be honest here, there's a lot of foreign influence in America. That's 100% true. But at the same time, this account pushes bullshit. Look at this chart. Like, this is what MTG said. She said, I am America first. Thank you for your attention to this matter, MTG. And she, of course, she had a copy Trump there. She brought up these two graphs where it's the amount of money that MTG received from APAC. She received $0. Okay? She received $0. The other graph, it claims President Trump received $230 million. But, you know what the problem is with that?
Trump has never received that much money from the Israeli lobby, and you could literally go check it through the various websites I have linked over the past two or so years.
Yeah, not only that, but this account suddenly expands the definition. It went from just APAC for MTG to independent expenditures and campaign contributions received from pro-Israel interest groups. And you know what they mean by that? Who they consider pro-Israel?
Anybody who's anti-Palestine or not pro-Palestine?
Yeah. If they're not explicitly pro-Palestine or if they're explicitly pro-Israel, it's automatically counted. That's a problem with this. Just because somebody's pro-Israel, that does not mean they're like an Israeli shill or whatever. You be pro-Israel, be like, we're spending too much money on them. What? Why does that have to be this like black and white thing where you're either pro-Israel, or you're either a Zionist or not?
Because this fucking issue attracts the lowest fucking common denominator in terms of people who view politics as a spectator sport, doubled by the fact that both Jews and Middle Eastern Muslims tend to be incredibly fucking neurotic and tribalistic over this and get overly emotionally invested. That's so true. It becomes, it's this whole fucking thing. And these Western liberals love to get so... On the one hand, you have Western liberals who love to get overly invested because, oh, the heckin' brown person is being inequality'd and the genocided.
Which, by the way, can Ramaswamy drop out, please? You guys see what he's been doing the last couple weeks?
He's not going to drop out, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah,
he has
I'm
no
telling you
no
guys,
reason
he's
to.
probably going to win. Like, I'm sorry.
He's going to
not
win,
losing.
but
I see all
I've
these
been
people on
saying
Twitter
that.
say he's DOA. The
Oh, he's
base
gonna win.
likes him. Yeah, he's going to be the next governor of Ohio.
just he's
so I
gonna
don't get-
suck.
Like, look, I see all these people because they're like, oh, these Republicans on Twitter are saying they won't vote for him. And every time I
Yeah.
look, it's like, if I lived in Ohio, I would.
If I live in Ohio, yeah, sure.
What I will say is I have talked to a couple of people who are skeptical about voting for Vivek because they're concerned about like the ethnic interests and so forth. But I still think Vivek is going to win.
I'm gonna be honest, dude. I don't think he's gonna really screw up Ohio that much. I think if I were in Ohio, I would still vote for him. Especially over Acton. You don't want to give... Acton was the lady, let's not forget, who shut down the state of Ohio during COVID. She was the reason Ohio had some of the most restrictive lockdowns in the country.
Yeah, I forgot about
Don't forget that. Think
I
about how
remember.
you opposed these for years, and don't just go in and vote for Acton because the other guys kind of cringe or whatever. Like, Vivek can't import migrants necessarily at the level, especially if Trump's combating H-1Bs. Vivek can't, like, reverse Trump's policy as governor of Ohio. That's what I'll tell you. You don't want to reward someone like Acton, who deliberately wrecked the state through lockdowns. How many small businesses do you think she destroyed with that? Probably
A bunch.
a large amount. So no, she shouldn't be awarded just because her name isn't Vivek. So if you live in Ohio, don't even consider voting for Acton.
Yeah,
I'd just straight up not vote. Serious, honestly.
Yep, U.S. Steel to resume production. Illinois plant shut down 3 years ago. And again, this is why I'm saying I am fine with investors from like Japan or South Korea. You know why? Because they actually invest in America. They don't do
And
this.
keep in mind, guess which? Remember which president tried to shut down the U.S. Steel deal, and which one not only allowed it to happen, but dropped tariffs completely on it. It was President Trump who enabled this, and it was President Biden and the Democrats who tried to cut it out.
Yeah. I mean, like,
So yes, Donald J. Trump directly brought 500 jobs back to Illinois by allowing Nippon Steel to acquire U.S. Steel and reinvest in them.
because again, it just something about the culture of Japan, like it's a respect thing. They don't do the shit of, oh, we'll invest in American companies and like go to freaking like raise some random third world country. Name one.
Well, it's also partially because Japan is also kind of a quasi American satellite state.
Yeah, I know, but like still, like it's not. Well, so other countries, but it's like unlike other countries, they actually respect Americans. So
there's a
Japan is a
reason why
vassal
Americans
state.
are a
But they are,
thing.
Japan is a vassal state of the American Empire, but they are a loyal and productive one.
yeah, it's not like some of the European ones where it's like, oh, we have to pay for everything they want, and they just screw us over at every turn.
Real talk, like apart from Britain, like does America really have any, like, do we have any like really good allies in Europe? Like maybe
They'll
Italy.
backstab us.
Maybe just Italy actually.
I mean, like, honestly,
Italy, a few others, but
it's
I'd
the
say,
problem.
I'd say Poland, Italy, and that's about it, really. Poland, Italy, Britain.
Because, and that's the thing that sucks. Like, we single-handedly foot the bill for these dumbasses, and they just use us. At least countries like Poland and the UK, we actually work with them on stuff. They actually help us. In other countries.
Actually, we forgot our biggest ally in Europe, Israel.
Hungary.
Breaking, DOJ announces arrests of AI schemes with links to China. Wow. It's this is the first time. China's using AI to break the law.
Actively better for the federal government to centralize the power of our artificial intelligence for the chance of a better administration down the line, such as Vance being able to take control of it for common good or national security concerns, as opposed to leaving it be an issue left up to the states. Like how there's a variety of things that are left up to the states that are dysfunctional and disjointed and overall terribly inefficient. I hate the AI bubble. I can't wait for it to pop, but Trump's on the right track with this one.
It's already gonna, and like, I'd rather do this now, and like, the AI bubble's gonna pop eventually, I think next year. I think early next year's gonna happen. It might happen. Not this month, but I think next month it does. Like in January or February. Yeah, I do think overall with the AI stuff, when do you guys think it's gonna burst? I think it's next month or two.
It's gonna burst within the next 2 years.
I think it happens next month or in like
the
February.
moment.
I think
The
it happens
moment-
sometime in
the mo-
2026.
The moment that they ask for a bailout and like they really start begging for a bailout, and the government says we don't have the money, that's when it pops.
Yeah, I mean, like this whole they fucked up big time. All these companies, they fucked up big time. I don't know what they were thinking. Did they really think they could just like keep investing all this money into AI and it'll eventually just keep going up? Was that the whole strategy? Because I'm confused. Like, what was their plan with the AI stuff? Just like bank on it forever, and like if chart keeps going up, we win. So just keep pouring billions of dollars into it and lose money forever. Was that their whole plan? Tyrone, you know better than me. Like, was that kind of the idea?
Hey again, sorry.
No, what I was saying is like, was their whole idea was just spend more money on it and it'll eventually go up? Was that kind of the idea behind it?
That's literally it. The entire thing is if we keep pumping money into it, then obviously the economy will keep growing silly.
Yeah, that worked, and that's gonna blow up a lot of stuff now, and for the better. I mean, like all these companies. Why are some of these companies involved with AI? Why? Why does every company need to be involved with AI? Just stupid. Okay. Yeah, so a school district in Vermont is raising the Somalian flag. Oh. But guys, these people are assimilated to America. Yeah, sure.
What if we start seeing schools?
Is there even an American flag? Oh my god.
You know, someday I think we're going to start seeing the school children sing the Somalian national anthem.
Guys, this imagery, this proves my point. These people don't assimilate for shit. Seriously, you're raising the Somalian flag? Really?
Because Trump is being mean to Somalia.
Yeah, Trump is being mean to these people.
Let's all sing the Somalian national anthem, guys. That'll show Trump.
Isn't this against the law to raise another flag over the American one? I'm pretty sure it is.
You think it would be, but in Vermont,
Probably. I think the Indians got away with it in Ohio when they raised the Indian flag over the Capitol the one day there.
Just unbelievable. Let's see here. Commander John for 2, Trump 2020, and it's constitutional. We doing it? No, Trump doesn't want to run.
And he's gonna be like, what, 83 by then?
Yeah. And, oh boy, you can tell by the age gap. So
Look,
according
he's number one.
Ron DeSantis, everybody's number 1. And on top of that, Luke is number 1 for under 34.
Vance.
Yeah. Look at that.
And the least
And
electable.
Rubio's third.
Christy Nome. Actually, no. Least electable, Elise Stefanik.
Yeah, that's name recognition. But funny enough, look at Ramaswamy. Look at that. That's what you freaking get, dude. Only 32% of people under 34 think he's electable.
Damn, he's up there with Christy Noem. Wow.
Yeah, that's a real high bar.
I mean, he's gonna struggle to win in Ohio. I don't know if he's gonna lose, but
That's a problem. We are seeing a generational gap grow, where the old-ass white people in the Republican Party, they still run the party to a lesser extent. They love Ron DeSantis. They love Rubio. And they love Ramaswamy.
Yeah.
But under 34, they love Vance. They love RFK. They love Josh Hawley, funny enough, and Tucker Carlson. So
Josh Hawley's at 49%, and Tucker's a bit higher, but
yeah,
They're also beginning to like Trump Jr. more than the older
Yeah.
crowd as well.
that should tell you everything.
yeah.
I mean,
Definitely.
85% of those under 34 said Vance is electable. That's what I'm telling everybody. No matter what happens, Vance is a good position to win. Young people love him. Don't let people fool you. People love him. So they'll love him even more. Yeah, right here from Real Clear Polling, which, by the way, they actually follow me. I'm surprised by that. But yeah, I got it right here. So President Trump right now, and this is with some shit polls, he is still polling much higher than Obama in his second term and Bush in his second term. Obama was at 40%, Bush was at 41.5%, Trump's at 43.5%. Yeah. So President Trump's approval, it's better. And that is still, we're not even taking out the garbage polls like Reuters. What's the other? It's Fox News is the other bad one. I think Gallup had a pretty egregious one, like -30 or something. So, Tyrone, say something.
Dude, I'm eating right now.
No, people are saying your audio's quiet. It kind of is. What?
Yeah, no, my audio kind of fades in and out depending on where I am. It's a
Oh.
thing.
Okay. Yeah, people are just wondering about that. I'm just making sure my audio's good. Tubbs, say something.
Hello? Yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully
Is my audio working?
You sound fine to me, but I'm not listening
You
to
can speak really loudly if you need me to.
Huh. That's, yeah. I don't know about that. That's not a flex. Oh, I'm not saying it's good to be like only slightly better than Obama or Bush, but guys, Trump is a very unique politician for obvious reasons. So for him to be above Obama and Bush when they were in much, you know, how do I say this? They were much like more favorable electorates.
What, are you saying that having the president go around the country and support Republican candidates doesn't help Republican candidates?
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like just such an outlandish claim.
I will answer this in a more, how do I put this, like a more methodical way. There is the argument that Donald Trump holding a rally could boost Democrat turnout. This argument was made in 2022, and I don't really think it really made sense then. It definitely doesn't make sense now because Democrats are going to show up no matter what. Trump is in office. Trump is the antichrist of these people. He is to them what like actual demons and like Satan is to a lot of Christians. Trump's existence on the ballot, like Trump's existence in office, is going to boost Democrat turnout. There is no downside. All you're doing is getting Republicans who may not be tuned into politics to show up to vote in order to support the president and to support conservative.
To compound on your point about the Democrats, not only that, but we have Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act, and we have birthright citizenship under review at SCOTUS, which are arguably bigger court rulings than Roe versus Wade, which had already turned out Democrats. So not only do you have Trump in office, you have two literal abortion was like a cornerstone social issue. Voting rights and birthright citizenship and the retroactive undoing of it, those two are literally the bedrock for how they make the math when it comes to getting people to go vote for them. So you bet your fucking ass that they are going to go out and vote for the Democrats against Donald Trump and his attempt to overturn democracy and replace it with a Christo-fascist totalitarian superstate where women are forced to read Handmaid's Tale.
Oh, jeez.
I'll just say, yeah.
The idea of Trump doing these rallies, and I got the article pulled up here. Today he's going to Pennsylvania. I think it's today. And they're going to begin doing campaign rallies again, or these type of events, and they're going to focus on cost of living and affordability. Now, on paper, does this magically fix inflation? Like, does Trump saying inflation's down means it goes down? No. I mean, that'd be funny if it did happen, but him doing this, the reason that this is kind of important is people's perception of the economy is so bad, and when Trump is like saying like, oh, guys, the economy is the greatest ever. Inflation is below zero.
The economy is the greatest it's ever been. No, it's not.
Yeah,
but
it just it rubs people the wrong way. That's what I'm trying to get at. It rubs people the wrong way.
That's the big thing. It's one thing to say, hey, we're working on the economy. I know it's not perfect. The economy is improving, and we're seeing big improvements happen in the economy. But
you literally, like a case example, the rent has gone down for the 4th month in a row.
Yeah.
Like, you need to point out that things are getting better. Things are still bad, mostly because of Joe Biden being in office. Things are bad. They're getting better. The problem is he's not saying that. He's saying
that's got to be the messaging.
He's saying everything is fixed. There's no affordability issue. Why are
It's
you
the golden
complaining?
age. It's the golden age.
Yeah, guys, it's the golden age.
He either says it's the golden age and everything's cheap, or he says affordability is a Democrat, or like it's a made up issue by
It's the
Democrats.
shit that the Biden admin did. Remember Bidenomics? Remember how that went?
I will say that it sounds like the messaging now is going to pivot a lot. Now that he's going to be traveling, he's going to be bringing people up on stage and they're going to be explaining kind of like how their life has improved a lot of like and I think he does need to fully switch from like everything's great.
I agree.
And I think just the messaging too, where do people see him? He's in the gold-plated Oval Office talking about how everything's fixed, you know? That's what it looks like.
That's what I'm saying.
now.
Like, it's an echo chamber in there. That's the issue. It's such an echo chamber in the White House.
Trump, this is something that I've said before, and I'll keep fucking saying it. Trump is most subject to those who he surrounds himself with and those who he listens to. When Trump goes out on these rallies and he talks to the common American, you guys have all seen the photos. He goes out, he does gags. He's a dump truck driver. He's a McDonald's fryer. Like when he does that shit, he talks to the people who does that shit, and he talks to the people who go to his rallies. That's when he really tunes and locks in. But when he's stuck at the White House, and this is why the second half of his first term sucked, because he started being in the White House more and more, and fucking schmucks like Jared Kushner had his ear more and more. People, I'm not insane for remembering it like that, am I? Like
no,
that's
you're
literally
right.
what it is. That's literally what it is. The issue is that Trump doesn't go out enough. Trump doesn't go and...
God, he's so real for this.
What?
Anyways, he doesn't go out.
Jeez.
That's
the issue with President Trump. Like, he is somebody where, like, he feeds off the crowd's energy. And when he
feeds off the crowd's energy, he feeds off the ideas of the people he surrounds himself with. So when Trump surrounds himself with people like Susie Wiles and all of these other dipshits in the Senate and the House who are the mainstream people, then yeah, obviously Trump's not going to be great. But when Vance or Miller or Bessent have Trump's here, he does really fucking well. So so you want to know how Trump going out? Yeah, Bessent, he's my favorite fucking catty gay guy. I genuinely love him a lot. He's so hilarious.
Bessent is hashtag our gay. He's our gay.
Dude, him getting catty and making that one reporter think about her weight while talking about it.
No, he literally said, I'm not kidding. Word for word, he said, you get on the scale every morning.
Listen,
but yeah, no, you want to talk about how to make Trump fucking think like he was? You want to talk about the Trump that won 2024? Get him out of the campaign trail. Let Vance handle the administrative shit, because he needs to be able to learn how to be president soon anyway, because he's going to be up in 28.
And that is voters under 40, or voters under 35.
I was going to say, the majority of this disapproval is coming from younger people. We know for a fact, thanks to Mark Mitchell polling this. Thank you, Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch.
Oh, jeez.
That these people would still vote for Trump, but they're pissed off he's not doing enough. These are people who think Trump is not going far enough, and that is why.
It's that, and it's also, this is a midterm election. Those guys don't vote anyways. They're less than 20% of the electorate. Even if Trump's approval rating, I would actually be kind of worried if Trump was like above water, and it was because he was like plus 30 with Zoomers, because that says that that's going to be a lot of voters that approve of him, but are not going to show up in a midterm election. The people who actually do show up, like Boomers or Gen X, they are actually like, they're like not even -5, -3. Boomers are barely just approving him.
Yeah, Boomers and Gen X go vote for candidates when they approve of them. Boomers and Gen X go vote when they feel like things are going good. Gen X and Millennials go vote when they feel like things are being bad.
Okay.
So,
Gen Z doesn't vote.
Yeah, Gen Z just doesn't vote.
I voted
Also, I'll say
for,
too that Yale youth poll had Gen Z. It was only voting blue in the midterms by like 17, which isn't that much worse than 24, especially given the approval.
It was like, yeah, he was like -30.
Yeah.
These voters, they're not going to vote. I mean, this is like the worst. This was like the last month.
The worst they'll do is sit out. The worst they'll do is sit out.
And people understand
and we can afford that. We can afford that because most of the lib ones aren't going to be voting anyway. So
here's how it is. The worst case is that these younger voters don't go vote in the midterms. We can already kind of assume that's going to be the default. We can also already assume Democrats are going to vote no matter what. Our base assumption for the midterms is already close to the worst case scenario. You have absolutely nothing going against you by getting Trump out there and going and talking and doing rallies for people to actually mobilize voter turnout. Our worst case is already close to the current situation where the people we need to go vote for us just kind of don't want to vote, period. And the people who we don't need to go vote are going to go vote anyway.
Well, I wanted to bring up this. Sorry, no. What I was going to say is like oh gosh.
God damn it, go!
Worst case scenarios, Trump could be. If this is a really bad, I mean, would you say it's a worst case scenario for Trump? I wouldn't say that, but
I would say, imagine going back to 2017 and tell like the Republican strategists back then, everyone would be dooming today about Trump being -10 nationally. They'd be like, it's only -10 once? Did he cure cancer or something?
Yeah, well, on top of that...
Here's the fucking thing. Trump -10. Like, it just overall, with these numbers, yeah, this is not looking good for Trump. But if the math, here's the thing, people need to understand the math. If this is mathematically pretty bad for Trump, but Democrats can still only garner +1 in the environment, I don't know what the fuck to tell you other than holy fucking shit, dog, this is still decent for us, all things considered. If anything, that should highlight to you just how bad the floor has gotten, or it should tell you just how bad the ceiling has gotten for Democrats.
Yeah,
What was Trump's approval in the exit polls in 2016? Did someone pull that up?
In 2016?
Like, what was his approval?
It was like -30 or something crazy back then. It was nuts.
No, what was his approval in 20? I'd also like to say this: the New Jersey exit polls back in 2017, Trump's approval was like -32 in New Jersey, and this year it was -13 in New Jersey. So like,
and that was
insane. Trump was -13, and Generelli lost by like what, 13 or 14?
Yeah, and by the way,
you know why 8% of people who approve of Trump voted for Mikey Sherrill?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And by the way, on top of that, people don't talk about this. That was a Harris +10 electorate. That was Harris +10, and Trump lost by 5.
Yeah, so Harris +10 electorate, 5% of Trump voters went and voted for Mikey Sherrill. That math still accurately checks out to that stuff still roughly correlates with Trump's approval being what it is and what the environment for the Democrat looks like right now. I'm sorry, but like this math, even though this is kind of pretty bad math for us, this math is still worse for the Democrats. So there's absolutely zero reason not to pull Trump out of the fucking White House and have him go out and take photos with people and listen to people and start listening to people again with their woes and their issues. Because that is literally the only way that you are going to be able to get Trump to energize our voters. We have a voter turnout issue. And the best way to get especially younger people to go vote is to have Trump listen to the young people and let more competent people who know how to do this shit, like Manson Miller and all the staffers from Heritage, handle the actual bureaucracy of the White House. Because I guarantee you, if Trump just hands the keys of the kingdom.
That's what it was, right?
Yeah, they were permanent residents of the state of California.
Residents. And that's a different story. I don't think they're going to overturn that. They're just going to clarify, hey, You can't just cross the border 5 seconds ago, give birth to somebody, and like suddenly that's a citizen.
I would remind people of two things. There are two arguments that are two solid arguments against birthright citizenship for illegals. One, America is one of two countries, is one of two primarily Anglo countries that allows this. No country in Europe has just solely. Is that how you pronounce it?
Just solely.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just solely, which is basically birthright citizenship by virtue of being born on U.S. soil. It doesn't really matter. All of Europe, you have to have at least one parent who is either permanent resident or a citizen of that country or the EU.
For countries like the Netherlands, it has to be one parent, and you have to be forced to give up your citizenship for another state.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the one argument. America is that, and Canada is one of two countries in the of what we consider the global West that allows this. And
the global North.
Yeah, global North. And America and two, the 14th Amendment was designed to give freed slaves and their children citizenship.
Yeah.
We had to actually give Native Americans citizenship by just solely by legislation in the 1920s by Calvin Coolidge. We had to specify that Native Americans were under the fell under the jurisdiction thereof, which is what the 14th Amendment says. So the fact that we weren't giving Native Americans birthright citizenship by soil until the 1920s tells me that illegal aliens probably don't count.
Yeah, and the guy that originally wrote the amendment, he literally said it doesn't include aliens.
You are not a Danish citizen or a citizen of a country within the European Union, and you don't have a job for a year or more, you automatically get deported. We don't have that in America. Europe, sure, they have these rules and whatnot, but you need to understand these European countries have much more extreme counter-preventative measures. Well, we don't have any. Europe, the European nations, they have ways to get rid of people who are parasites. The immigrants coming into most of these countries, other than from the fucking Middle East, these countries, these African fucking immigrants go into the Netherlands or Europe because they're high-performing Nigerians with high academic scores and whatnot. They actually contribute. But Sweden with these fucking Somalis, or America with the Somalis, they don't do shit. And unlike us, Sweden has counter-preventative measures, and they have been getting rid of Somalis for 5 or 6 years now. I'm sorry for the long-winded response. But
fine.
that's what it is. We don't have any countermeasures, which is why we need to exit to begin with and ramp up these mass deportations.
No, JD Vance put out another banner on Twitter. Oh my god.
What happened this time?
So this freaking nutcase, she posted an AI image of JD Vance and his wife having a loud argument at a restaurant, and JD Vance responded
I always wear an undershirt when I go out in public to have a fight loudly with my wife.
He's wearing a fucking wife beater.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he's wearing a fucking wife beater.
This is our opposition, everybody. Yes. AI generated images of fucking let me pull up the image. This is so obviously fake. Guys, JD Vance goes in public and yells at his wife. You guys know that?
Why is he wearing a t-shirt?
Yeah.
I can't believe we're gonna have wife beater Vance Graper soon.
Dude, fucking howling wife beater.
Oh jeez.
Howling wife beater.
I still love the fact that JD Vance has a burner and everybody knows it.
Oh, I know what his burner is.
I do too.
It's at something Uneco, known as Iron Towers. Follow him on Twitter.com.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah,
no, I don't know what his banner is, but I've been alluded to what his not banner, his burner.
I kind of know what it is. Got even worse today because MTG had a sit-down interview with CNN of old networks. Remember when everybody avoided CNN? Every halfway decent Republican avoided it. Remember that? MTG said CNN is fake news. she went on CNN. I wanted to bring this up because this is just insane. And she was asked, what's your response to these latest attacks from President Trump? MTG said, I feel very sorry for President Trump. I do. It has to be a hard place for someone that is constantly so hateful and puts so much vitriol, name-calling, and really tells lies about people in order to try to get his way or some kind of fight. I think that's exactly what's wrong with America today. That's what's wrong with the toxic political environment that has ripped our country apart. That's poor leadership from a president. It's a very bad demeanor. Now, if you didn't know this was MTG, who does it sound like?
Elizabeth Lynn Cheney, Bill Cassidy, Mitt Romney.
It's really just Liz Cheney. This is a R+50 Republican, everybody. It's just insane. And now, she's now claiming that President Trump is the reason nothing's getting done in the House and Senate. He is, and she literally said this, she is claiming that President Trump is like stopping old legislation from passing. Like he is the #1 reason. He is like telling people to vote no on everything. But then it's coming out that President Trump, he can't even get the Senate to pass anything. He begs them and they refuse to do anything. So she's just lying. She's going around lying and blaming Trump for toxic environment and then calls him a hateful person. Man, what a principled conservative, everybody. That's what they're calling it.
And the core five. These are the growing economies. The United States, Japan, China, Russia. And what this is doing, because basically what is Europe trying to do? Europe is trying, and this is directly what they are talking about, European federalism. This is what they want. They want a federalized United State of Europe. And what's the reason for that? They want to fully supplant the United States as the dominant Western power. They're openly talking about this. This is what they're talking about. That is a far bigger threat to our sphere of influence than China could ever be. Because say what you want about China, yeah, they're a direct competitor with us on the global scale. They're mostly a regional thing. They want to like just cement dominance over their region.
Yeah, really the closest is like freaking like Africa. There's like, they're invested a bunch of, but yeah, it's like really nothing like there's some with
China's not like, look at what China's messaging is. China's messaging is we want to coexist with America. The era of American, we're admitting now under the Trump administration, the era of hegemony is over. This isn't just some Chinese wet dream. This is something we're admitting. And that's what China's been saying for years. We want to just coexist with the United States. We don't want to topple them. We don't want to take their position or anything. We just want to cooperate. Europe is the one going out there and saying, we want to fully replace the United States as the dominant Western power. That is what they're saying.
That's not an exaggeration. They are literally saying, yeah, the United States are a bunch of meanie poo-poo heads, and like we got to deal with them. It's like that's Europe. And again, not every European country's like that. Like Luke said, you know, countries like Poland, the United Kingdom, Italy, they've been good allies mostly. It's just like, the three idiots, the three dumbasses in Spain, France, and Germany. That's all the problems,
I will
by the way.
The UK under Starmer has been kind of drifting into that basket. But,
well, yeah.
I think with Farage, who's almost certainly, barring a fucking nuclear bomb hitting England, is probably next prime minister.
Yeah. Breaking! Mike Lindell's running for governor. It's official.
I'm fucking shoot myself, bro. What the fuck is this?
I might actually be the nominee. I'm not sure.
Mike Lindell is officially running for governor of Minnesota in 2026.
You want me to be honest? I think if it looks like he has an actual shot at needing to move to the primary, I think Trump is going to be like, okay, Mike, I love you. But
go
like,
back to making pillows.
Man, it's going to be like, have you guys ever read of Mice and Men? It's going to be like at the end, you know, where it's just like, look at the flowers. Look at the flowers.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And instead of shooting him, he just like rips up his file paperwork.
Listen, I like Mike Lindell for the memes and for the pillows, but dude, it's just don't run for governor, please.
You guys remember when he went to the DNC undercover?
That was hilarious. That was pretty funny.
He was debating with that fucking kid.
He
was debating with that fucking black kid from the fucking.
Yeah, I know you're talking. Which funny enough, now
I forget his name now. That's the thing. I forget.
well
his name.
now
He's like
you
12 or
guys see the Democrats.
He shaved his mustache. He put on sunglasses and a fucking fedora.
Yeah. Yeah, so Indiana Senate to vote a Trump-backed bill. Indiana senators will decide the fate of a Republican-drawn congressional map, settling a divisive months-long clash between GOP lawmakers who have resisted the redistricting push and President Trump, who has urged them to forge ahead. The proposed map, which the State House passed last week, would dismantle Indiana's 2 Democrat-held seats. So that's what they went for. They didn't go for 8-1, which I thought that was the expectation. They're going for 9-0. And
Trump wanted 9-0, and you got to do what Trump says.
And it's officially going to be 9-0. If it passes, it'll be 9-0. American Nerd for 2. Indiana Senate better not screw us over on this. We are talking about the Indiana GOP. Like, the Lieutenant Governor's pretty good. Mike Braun's pretty good. But this legislator sucks. At least the Senate side. Seriously. Like, seriously. You're going to vote against stuff because Trump said a mean word? Really?
Yeah, well, fuck. That guy probably voted for Kamala Harris.
He voted for Harris. I mean, his wife's like a partisan Democrat and like gets money from Irvin and stuff. It's nuts. But that's a GOP, everybody. So if we're
want to know what? I'll send you this tweet. Someone replied to me. 59% of the respondents didn't vote in 2024.
What?
4% voted for Trump, 36%, 34% voted for Kamala.
What? The action? No, this has to be an error. This has to be a mistake.
I don't think so, ma'am.
What? Okay, so I got the original poll pulled up. They had a -25, which everybody knows that's horseshit. -40 in healthcare? How do you get -40 in healthcare? What's changed on that front?
How is he even up on? How is he up on border security in this poll?
Yeah, look at crime. It's won 20 points in 2 months. Oh my gosh! Right here. Okay, right here. This sample: 34% voted for Harris, 4% for Trump, 3% for somebody else. 59% didn't vote. Yeah.
So did they just sample like a bunch of young voters then or something?
What the hell is this? This has to be a mistake.
Hey, what's up, guys? What did I miss? What are you guys talking about?
This AP Nord poll that had Trump -25, only 4% of respondents voted for Trump. Over half didn't vote.
I'm sorry, but this makes like 2016 polling look good. Like, what are they doing?
This has to be.
What does this tell you? If this had to be the sample size for them to fucking like, for them to fucking like show Trump down 25, bro.
You know they push this shit out because approval is going back. Yeah, they pushed this out right when his approval was starting to go back up on the RCP average.
Yeah, that's what they're doing.
I'm getting so sick of this shit. So okay, I got the Emerson poll pulled up right here. Houston went down a point. Brown went up 2. Acton went up 7. He was up 7 points in a week or whatever. Ramaswamy is down 4. So Ramaswamy right now is losing by a point. And
send the tweet about the challenger to Vivek.
I don't want to see it.
Yeah, you do want to see it actually. So it's Casey Puss, popular YouTuber and car builder in Ohio. He has a lot of money already committed. They delayed the announcement for a week. Plus, we reach out to more donors.
Great.
Oh, he appeared on Tucker Carlson. Interesting.
All right, American Nerd for 2. The Ohio governorship is a lost cause. No, okay, let's cut this shit. I'm getting so sick of rich girls. Listen.
Vivek, I'm gonna say this. I'm not a big Vivek fan, but this like Vivek derangement syndrome. I'm gonna be honest. This is what this is. There is this Vivek derangement syndrome. Everyone's talking about how like he's running on affordability. Isn't that what you want all the Republicans to do? He's one of the people running on that. He's running a decent campaign. None of these people, he made the one comment about schools, which is stupid, I agree, but outside of that, he's running a very decent campaign, and I have a feeling he's probably going to walk back that school thing because of the backlash. And that's the thing. Backlash is healthy, but that doesn't mean you fucking sit it out or vote for the Dems. Vivek is not horrible. He's got some issues that we disagree with, but so does Trump. So does all these other people. Like, I'm telling you, Vivek derangement syndrome exists. He's not this Satan on earth because he's got, like, slightly interesting opinions on schools or whatever. Like, yeah, that's what I'll say.
Put yourself in the mind of one of these people. They have to constantly affirm to themselves every day outside of election years why their job is important, why they're important to the movement, and why, like, their existence and what their work does matters. And so in the midst of that, they do what I would call pollster navel gazing. That's what I call it. Pollster navel gazing. They stare at their numbers and because they want more and more meaning to come out of it, they just start interpreting 1,000 things out of the numbers they're looking at. And also there's, like, to an extent, I've listened to, like, Mark and others talk about this. They see themselves as, like, I'm actually the microphone. I'm the giant microphone for everybody who doesn't have a voice. So I need to loudly say what the people I'm polling are saying, and that adds into it. So, like, it's navel gazing. Plus, like, they think they're supposed to promote the actual voice of the people, and, you know, that whole mindset kind of traps them into saying funny things.
Yeah, I get it. I'm not even denying what they're saying. Like, there are, especially the messaging lately for Trump, yeah, it's been pretty bad before, like, November. It's been pretty shit.
Oh, yeah. Let me see if I can find it.
I have breaking news. I actually loathe this breaking news so much.
Right.
Breaking. Obama appointed judge orders again the immediate release of Mara Braco Garcia.
Oh, Jesus.
Claims his 2019 final deportation order is invalid, and I did check the article. This is today.
Did Ted?
This is today.
Is Ted Cruz gonna ever do anything? Hello? Is Ted Cruz ever impeach anybody?
It's all about Tucker Carlson.
Freaking Israel and shit.
Carlson, excuse me, sir. Carlson.
I'm getting so sick
my
of
bad,
this.
yeah. I mean, yeah, so it looks like, so the judges may just give them citizenship.
They're going to. That's what this is a scary thing. Because the Supreme Court saying their sweet time birthright citizenship, these courts might just say, oh, you come here, you're a citizen. You step 1 foot in America, you're automatically a citizen. I'm concerned about that. And these judges might actually do it. So we'll see. I mean, this is just...
I mean, does a judge even have a power to, like, give anybody citizenship?
These judges don't care. Remember, they try to... Remember a couple months ago, they tried to, like, take control of the military? Remember that? They tried to, like, control the military. It was just nuts.